How you guys doing? Welcome back to the Kickback. You know what I'm saying? I'm your boy Fly the Kill, aka B Mac. You know, call me whatever you want. But I'm here with my brother, my co-host. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Oh, got a message coming in right quick. What's going on, bro?
Hey man, chill out.
What?
Chill out, bro. But hey, yeah, we here, and I want to do something different today, if you don't mind, brother. I just want to speak some words real quick. Something that inspired me. I was reading. Uh, Forgive me for looking down real quick, but First Corinthians 16 verses 13 through 14. Be on guard, stand firm in the faith. Be courageous, be strong. Do everything in love. That's huge, especially for our topic today. You
Okay.
didn't you like how that tied in? You know what we
I,
talking about.
I like where you going. I like where you going
You
with
like
this.
how that tied in, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, I just want to speak a little bit on that verse because that's very important right now. Standing strong in faith, because a lot of people get down. A lot of people pretty much lose sight of what's important in life. Like forget about their loved ones, forget about pretty much their own self happiness, forget about what they're living for. So pretty much this whole thing right here today, we're speaking on depression in the youth. It's pretty much it's not even depression in the youth, but I know I just met a 19-year-old guy today, pretty much. Well, he's about to be 20. Yeah, and he was just pretty much saying how when he go home by himself, he have depressed thoughts and he think about like hurting himself, not wanting to be alive, and all type of bad, pretty much negative thoughts. And I was saying, and then he was like, he has to be in the public eye, like he has to be out about around people to feel like he's worth something. You know what I'm saying? You get it?
I
You know
see where
what
you're
I'm
coming
saying?
from. What do you think? What do you think that stuff stems from, though? Like as far as like depression in the youth, depression, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna speak on pretty much saying like our culture. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
in the black community.
This
Because
was a white gentleman, by the way.
okay, so I'm just and that's okay. I'm just gonna speak like I'm saying like on the black community, and the reason why it's like excuse me. Um, as far as the youth, so much things that uh in the black community the young people have to go through. Basically, studies show a lot of kids grew up with single parents, and just the emotions and the energies and everything that's rubbed off, you know what I'm saying, in the situations that they may be coming up in, that kind of thing just kind of puts a lot of, stress and worry and all different types of emotions on an individual, especially a young mind.
Young man, yeah, the
You
young
know what I'm
kid.
saying? So the expectations, the dreams of being, just growing up and being something that maybe they don't even think they can achieve just because the environment around them, it's depressing. You know what I'm saying? So not even just that, I can go even deeper. I mean, thinking about it, like I think the music itself in our community
I
has
was
a lot
gonna,
to do with depression and
I
our
was gonna get to that because
and I'm speaking like I said, and only in the black community, like I said.
oh no,
So
it's all over, bro.
it
Especially in
is,
music right
it
now.
is. I was just speaking that,
Yeah,
just saying, like, because I can only relate to people that's like me. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can't
yeah,
say a person who and not all, and this is not a race thing. Not all white people are raised with a silver spoon. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
majority of the time, and for the most part, they are more privileged. You know what I mean? Versus the counterparts of the black community. So things can be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit easier and different for them, opportunities and things in life. Whereas though, on the other side, the black community is not. So I can only relate to one side of the depression part. And speaking on that, I can't really say, oh, I know this guy right here, his upbringing was the reason why he's depressed, or the music he listened to. I don't know that because I was, what I'm saying, I can't speak on something I never really experienced. And most of the times, in the black community, most kids grow up with the same struggles, just in different ways. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't tell me, what I'm saying, the way me and you grew up, not another million plus kids grew up the same. They can grow up the same way because they did. You know what I'm saying? Many kids didn't have food. Many kids didn't have hot water. Many, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not like just us. There's a whole bunch of us, so we can all relate to some of the same situations. So when it comes to depression, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff bears on us, and we carry that through our adulthood as well.
Yeah, but I want to get back on the social aspect of it because
Okay.
a lot of people, especially now, bullying that's at
Mm-hmm.
an all time high. Well, it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know now. Like cyberbullying really is a big thing right now
Mm-hmm.
because, and that's one thing. Talking to him, that's what made me want to talk about this. But talking to him, he was like, "Yeah, he just came out the closet as being gay." So he was like, "Yeah, just me being gay and just trying to come out. Somebody was going to out him before he wanted to." So
Okay.
he thought about killing himself and stuff. I was like, dang. And just that social aspect of it, like him not being accepted by a group, him being slandered by a whole bunch of people. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what caused him to do that. I think that's a huge thing in depression too. I think people cause a lot of depression on others. Like
Yeah.
I remember
Society.
my wife, she was pregnant on my daughter and she had postpartum depression
Mm-hmm.
after she had my daughter. And I keep telling everybody this. I'm recently just letting this out but yeah, my wife, it's like she went through it, and I felt like I was a reason, even though I don't think I could have been the reason, but I felt like I was the reason she was going through it because I felt like I was pressuring her to do things that her mind and body wasn't ready for. So once again, that's somebody pressuring something on you that's causing you to break down and feel the type of way that you feel. So I believe that's a big thing right now amongst young people, especially amongst young people, because everybody on their phones now,
Mm-hmm.
everybody on social media.
Yeah.
So you post one thing, you might get some people laughing, ha ha ha, ugly or whatever, playing around. But then there's some people like, you're real ugly, you need to kill yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's
get
just
deep
bad.
real fast. And that's the thing. I'm like, dang. I thought about just the social groups and that aspect of how other people can weigh you down, weigh young people down, and pretty much cause them to have those thoughts like, oh, maybe I am ugly, maybe I am worthless, I don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying? And that's the stuff that's scary to me, knowing that I have kids that's going to be in that world soon. A
Yeah.
gullible son, a gullible daughter that will be around peers of their age that's probably more confident than them,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably more popular, that can cause that type of stress on them. So
Well, and that boils down to all how you raise your kids. I think in general,
I
you
don't know
I think
because
in general you should be able to raise your kids mentally to the point where you let them know, hey, all right,
okay,
a
it was
person a person at a young age don't really know where they want to go in life. So it's your responsibility as a parent, you know what I'm saying, to make sure you support them in anything that they do, but you also try to give them some type of guidance into directions. You know what I'm saying? Give them ideas, feed them this, feed them that, see what they gravitate to versus all right. So for instance, like you're saying, like on social media and things of that nature, people may be, teasing you or something like that. I think social media is just, in my opinion, social media is a fake life. I have social media, but I never really post on any of my social medias. And if anybody who follows me or on any of my, pages or anything, they'll tell you that like they don't ever see anything from me. But the thing is, like this, I think social media, it's a highlight life. People don't post nothing that's bad about them on Facebook. Like so, for they do. Don't get me wrong. You have people who do. But for instance,
you might
if
say
you
get
see
kind of
pictures,
real.
most of the times, if somebody take a picture and put it on Facebook, it's a highlight. It's a picture where they standing by a nice car, a picture when they dressed up in the most expensive designer, a picture where they're showing some kind of money, or a picture when they're on a vacation, or it's everything that's good that can show people in the world, hey, I'm doing this in life. I got money in life. I got this, I got that. That's what people do. And they don't show you the other side of things where they may be alone. You know what I'm saying? They may be home alone, like depressed, down, stressed. They're not going to show that part. You know what I'm saying? So it's all hidden behind, a smile and a good picture and some nice shoes and a nice designer belt, whatever the case may be. But as a parent for your kids, you saying they're going to be gullible. Obviously, times have changed. Social media will still be around, I believe, and things will be more advanced. But you got to train your kids now at home, like before anybody else gets them, because it's one of those things. Like I don't know if you ever heard, like a son without a father usually turn to the streets. That's what they like to say, especially in our community. They turn to the streets. Why? They're looking for guidance, looking for love, looking for that father figure, or whatever the case may be. But why they look? They never say why they're looking for that. Like, why he looking for a father? Why does that kid need a father? They need to be taught certain things. You know what I'm saying? They need to be guided, like I said, guided into the right direction. They need to be tossed ideas. They need to be, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying when you come to your kids. So instead of them being somebody you feel like they're gonna be gullible, they could be somebody that you be like, all right, look, this stuff right here is gonna. You got to be real with them. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna happen. You might have somebody who might not find you attractive or pretty, but there is people who find you attractive and pretty, like me.
But that's the thing. You've been in school. We all been in high school.
Oh yeah,
You all been in middle school.
Yeah.
Is a group of people that can come, a group, not just one person. A group of people can come and actually like apply the pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the woman in the famous pop star in Korea that just now killed herself. Young girl, like 18, famous Korean pop star. She got so much hate online, just to hate online. Nobody really seeing her, just having death threats online, hate online. She killed herself.
Yeah, but look, also, she got a lot of hate online, but that's what she decided to focus on.
And that's the thing.
There's also people who loved her. You know what I'm saying? There's also people who encouraged her. There's also
but you know what I'm saying? If you get that every day, don't you think it's going to start getting in you? Even if you confident, bro, the most confident person will fold.
I don't think so, bro.
Especially if they don't have a good support group around them. The most confident person will fold.
That's what I'm saying. That's when it comes to what I was speaking on. I mean,
the family, I get that.
What you're saying is true, and
well,
I'm not. What I'm saying is, you mentioned a support team, and that aspect of it, you got to know in life. Like I said, you got to be real with your kids. You got to be real with the youth. In life, bro, there's gonna be good and there's gonna be bad. It's something called balance. You got to have both.
But think about it, and that if you think about this, what we saying now, like I brought up the Korean pop star. She had so much love too. I'm pretty sure her love outweighed the hate.
Okay.
The hate just got in stronger than the love. Because everybody can walk around and say, oh, yeah, we love her. We love her. But that one time somebody say they hate you and really say, yo, I hate you. I hope you die. Like, that's going to hit harder than all the million I love yous. Like, they say you remember the bad more than you remember the good.
Well, that's when it comes down to, like you said, we talking about the youth. All right. And you got to mention, you got to be aware of the fact that I think your parents in that aspect play a big role. I really think like it don't matter where you go in life or how things turn out in life. If your parents show you that love growing up, if they show you that support growing up, I think it's so hard to break those type of kids and those type of people because they always can fall back on mom or dad for love, for support, for positivity, for guidance.
I don't know, man.
I'm not saying that it can't. I'm not saying that it's like true, but what I'm saying is,
I get what you're saying now.
I believe that's a big. So, for instance, if she was getting all this back, now I don't know the situation. I'm speaking just for anybody. If somebody was getting all this backlash and all this hate and stuff, it can wear down on somebody. But if you have a mom who always supported you, so who always showed you love, or a father in that aspect who also did the same, you can always go back to them. And I feel like with that being the case, I don't think that all the hate and all the things would really cause somebody to commit suicide, because they're gonna give you that positivity to keep you going. They're gonna give you the words of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need. You need a support team, somebody who gives you the encouragement, the words of encouragement and wisdom to just keep going. And that's what you got to keep doing in life. Like, don't give up. Don't give up. Like, look, in our community, and you know this, and I'm gonna let you speak because I know you probably want to speak on something. In our community, you know this. A lot of people be like, oh, haters. So if somebody says something that's like negative, hater, right? The thing is, like, it's their hate. They might be saying something that's like negative, but it's something they're dealing with inside. So, like, if I got somebody, for instance, hating on me or saying something to me, I'm gonna look at it like this. You have an issue with yourself that you have to fix. So instead of me looking at it that way, I'm gonna look at like, hey, I know this person has an issue dealing with themselves. So let me give an encouraged word to them. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody thinks the way I think. But I'm just saying, like, that's basically what it is, how it boils down. And go ahead.
I'm pushing back the other way. Always. I gotta push back the other way. I gotta push back the other way because man, I seen it in this young dude today. I seen it, bro. He looked like a confident dude, having fun. His friend work at our job, confident, loving life, laughing, all that. And the next thing you know, he looked at Snapchat, and all of a sudden, a whole different person came out.
Okay. Now look at it like this. Did you give him some encouraging words?
Yeah.
And how did that make
right after I seen his head go down, and I told him that. I've been like,
how
bro.
did that make him feel? How did that make him feel at that point?
Pretty much looked up, gave me a little smile, and then went right back down. Because at the same time, if a person's stuck in their head, like once their head is like stuck on something, it's hard to let loose.
It depends on who it's coming from too. That's what I'm saying. Like, so I guess that goes back to the parents again. Like, if your mom said you're if this is just examples. If your mom called you ugly, you would feel bad, right? If your mom called you ugly, right?
No,
I know it's not that. If your mom called you ugly, it would be like, dang, my mom called me ugly. But say a random person who don't know you called you ugly, you wouldn't take it to heart as much as somebody close to you saying you're ugly.
I probably would take it closer to heart if somebody else that I don't know called me ugly.
Why? People are obligated to their own opinion. This is, I mean,
yeah, but still, I don't even know you. You're gonna come out.
You can't be
once again.
You can't be Mr. Handsome to everybody. It's just the way life is. You think everybody handsome.
That's facts. But at the same time, think about it. It's people out there that live for acceptance from everyone, right? Yeah. So those people that seeking acceptance from everyone, just to hear one negative thing and they hear a lot of positives, that's gonna kill them.
Oh yeah, I agree.
They're gonna keep thinking about that negative, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I really think in like young people, that's what's really getting them. Like millennials, millennials is like now, like any small thing they see negative about them is going to kill them. Like young black people say, "Oh, haters, you're a hater, yada yada." Like, no, you calling them haters, but at the same time, that's hurting you to your soul that somebody said that about you, and it's in their head.
Okay. So why is that though? Why is it now? You speaking in general, because like I said, I can only seem to relate to the black and brown community because
I'm speaking for every community, bro. Like bro, for a young person, especially that's a sociable person. Even if and this is worse when you're not a sociable person. Like when you don't want to conversate with people. You just want to be left alone, be by yourself, and be happy by yourself. And then people start coming at you with this negative stuff. Then just like, okay, I was already happy by myself. Now there's a bunch of people coming in my space of happiness with this negative energy. So even though I'm gonna try to fight it off when I get back by myself, that stuff what they say is gonna still be in my mind, and that's gonna get me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it is. Because remember, nowadays young people attention span ain't good. Like they all over the place. So think about the thoughts that might go through their head. Like, oh, I'm happy right now, but next thing you know, I see something, boom, that already triggered what that person said about me.
So what would you say would be something to encourage? You know what I'm saying? Somebody who feel, because like you said, I solely agree with you when it comes to today's youth, where you know what people. Well, that's not. It's not a debate. It's just necessary. It's just one of those things. Like they look for saying gratification from just anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's why social media, just like I highlighted, fake life. That's why I said. But one bad or two bad things someone could say could really make someone emotionally saddened, depressed, stressed, or whatever the case may be. What would you say, I'm saying, those people need? Because like I'm still in the part.
You said good parents I just believe you need good people around. It don't even stem because it do goes back to parents.
It goes back to
Because
parents. I think
it
it goes
goes
back
back to
to
parents.
childhood.
But at the same time, I had you and Brittany growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had a bad day, I know, hey, this nigga about to be home in a little bit. I can talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he ain't gonna say nothing. He just gonna do something to make me laugh or something. Brittany gonna just probably try to go fight the person or whatever. But at the
Yeah.
same time, she gonna do something to make me feel better. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
saying? So it's really about the people that you surround yourself with, surrounded by, that's going to either support you or either feed into that negativity. And then if they do that, if they you get more negative reinforcement behind what you already got, I think that's when it get deeper. So I
well,
think you just need to pretty much have great people in your corner that when you're feeling that way, you can go speak to them and say, "Hey, this is going on."
yeah. I like that. You always need somebody to talk to. So basically, that's what you're saying. It boils down. You need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to vent to. Uh, you need somebody to encourage you. You need those things. You need somebody to love you, care for you. You need all those things. But in the black and brown community, like I like to speak on,
Yeah, you do
I,
love a lot of
I
black and
think,
brown communities.
and the only reason I speak on that is because I can relate. You know what I'm saying? I can relate. And
You can relate to everybody. You choose just relate to black and brown people.
no, 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 no. So I got friends in other communities. You know what I'm saying? But I can't relate to them.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure they didn't come up the same way I came up. Most people in the black and brown community have come up the way I came up, so they can relate just like I can relate to them. The thing is, I think as a whole, in the youth community, we're so brainwashed by our own people, which I like to blame it on the music. And not all the black and brown people listen to the music that I listen to, rap music and all kind of stuff like that. But in today's society, when we're speaking on the youth, we got to understand that a lot of the youth is being persuaded and convinced by the music that we listen to. And now everybody wants to be gang members. Everybody wants to be killers. Everybody wants to rock
Live
designer.
that
I
life.
mean,
Yeah.
I never, everybody, like, you have to be, like, you have to do either kill somebody, either be hanging with the right. It's a popularity test. It's a popularity contest. My bad. You have to be in the popular, like, you have to be popular in order to be somebody. You have to do something to either convince people that you are down or anything just to fit in today's society in the black and brown community, which is stupid because you have a lot of people not being themselves. And why I say I can relate to that is because I spent a lot of my time as a high schooler and youth. Matter of fact, still before high school and middle school, I was always somebody other than myself. And the reason why I say that is because I remember being so creative, and this is the real life. I remember being a person so creative that I was in home economics one time where we had fabrics, okay, and I grew up poor, so hand me downs was something I had, right. So I would go, and this is not funny, bro. This is real life. This is the truth.
I mean, hey, I've been there with you looking at you. So
This is why I can relate. This is why I can relate, and this is why I say depression and things could stack onto that, and stress or whatever the case may be in the youth. Um, I would take the fabric from home economics and actually cut out patterns and cut out characters and super glue them to my chucks. I guarantee you, everybody remembers that in middle school, right? That was in my opinion, that was very creative. I remember just like yesterday, it was blue chucks, blow top blue chucks with the fairy odd parents I cut out and put on the fabrics, right? Super glued them on there. It was dope for me, in my opinion, right? All right. Everybody thought it was a joke. Everybody thought it was laughing. Like, this is, but what the problem was there is not the fact that maybe it didn't look, what it wasn't in style for what people was thinking. It was the fact that a person was showing his creative side, and then you had society say, "Hey, that's not cool. That's you know what I'm saying? Pretty much destroy someone's creativity in themselves." So what happened was I decided, hey, I'm not doing that again because I know everybody's going to say this and that. But the following year, went to high school and they came out with the SpongeBob Jordans. I don't know everybody remember those. And I thought to myself then, this was ninth grade, a year later.
this getting real old.
It is. But I said, last year I put cartoon characters on my chucks. I did this my own self because the chucks wasn't new and I just wanted to like refurbish them pretty much in my opinion, and just be creative, use my creative brain. And now they came out with all kind of cartoon character Jordans, and everybody, it's the style now. That blew my mind. That let me know then that, hey, it's a popularity contest. Whatever is popular, that's what people are going to go with society, and it destroys kids. It destroys people. So that destroyed my creative side for so long. I never was able to be who I really wanted to be in school. So as I grew up and got out of school and stuff, I still struggled with a whole bunch of things that I dealt
Yeah.
with during school.
Yeah.
But a lot of people now, and I just had this conversation with my boy who I'm going to be on the show. Shout out to Rock Block. Um, Man, mentally, where I'm at now is where I always pretty much was. I always took an understanding to everything because I live with you. I didn't live with my mother. I didn't live with my father. I lived with my grandmother for most of my years, and then I came over to your house. So the things I went through in life had me depressed. I was depressed. I was stressed, but you would never know that because all I gave people was laughs. All I gave people was a clown. I was a clown because I was hiding depression. I was a clown because I was hiding stress. I didn't have a mom. I didn't have a dad. Did I have either of those? You know I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be creative. I couldn't be who I wanted to be because I went to school. I was poor. I was wearing hand-me-downs. People was laughing if I did this, if I did that. So I had to be somebody else in order for people to accept me to be in whoever they wanted to be. And that was the wrong way of thinking, but it's what led to me being a depressed, stressed kid or individual in life up until at least my mid 20s when I decided, you know what, bro? Like I hit you up. I'm like, bro, this was like years ago. Like, bro, we need to start a podcast. We need to do this. We need to do that. It was because I needed to get out my comfort zone. I needed to speak. I needed to get in front of a camera. I needed to get in front of a microphone. I needed to let people know, hey, if you're going through some things in life or whatever the case may be. So this is for people who may be, depressed right now in the youth. If you listen to this, if you're going through things in life, look at it this way. We all going through things in life. No matter your age, no matter whatever the case may be, you're gonna go through things in life. It's just what life is. It's a balance, good and bad. Don't look at it like, oh, all you saying is the basic things that everybody has told me. Well, that may be the case, but you got to be mentally strong enough to say, hey, I got to be who I am. This is who I am, and stand on that. You feel what I'm saying? Because you might be the person to deliver and help somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? So, like my kids, for instance, right now, my daughter, she want to wear that's the other day she wanted to wear some kind of mixture of clothing that didn't look at all like no type of anything. Society would say, what you got on? Like, no, what the heck you got on? Like the kids would say, what you got on? Pick at you at a young age, you start that. The thing is, I was very willing and happy for her to do that because I wanted her to stay creative. I wanted her to still be who she wanted to be. If that's what she wants, that's what she wants. Do that, be that. Don't let nobody tell you. You feel what I'm saying?
That's good parenting right there.
That's how you should be. That's how it should be.
I'm old fashioned like Tina taught me.
Man, I'm telling you, we've been
But nah, you tried to trump me. You tried to trump me. I did like your message.
I mean,
But
I ain't finished.
two shows you try to trump me with what I said.
No,
But,
because listen,
hey,
you all right. Look, we both got different ways of telling our story, but we got the same story. And shout out to my boy, you know what I'm saying, Rock, you know what I'm saying, on Rock Block, because he mentioned that in his first episode where he said most people go through the same stuff. They just got to tell their story. You know what I'm saying? I'm not quoting 100% like what he said, but most people go through the same stuff. They just tell their story a different way because, you know what I'm saying, obviously everything ain't going to be exactly the same. So you went through some things too. You had a single mom. You know what I'm saying? So think you probably want your dad to be, so you know what I'm saying, you went through some things mentally and emotionally that triggered you to be who you are today as an adult, because now you say, hey, I'm going to do this differently because this happened to me and this made me feel this way. My kids ain't going to feel that way because I'm going to be there and do this.
hey,
you know what I'm saying?
That's facts. Yeah, that's facts.
That's what I'm saying. So the parenting is the first step into, the youth depression, as far as how you should, they need both parents. You know what I'm saying? Both parents need to be willing to guide, love, and support. And when I mention this, you got to have a strong spiritual background too, because you mentioned the guy may have came out being gay. I'm a strong believer that we are born with all the sin in us, everybody. Some sin is stronger in other people than it is in others. So my sin might be really strong at lust. your sin or his sin might be real strong at gay. The thing is, I'm being honest. He has
Hey,
he has to understand that, just like I understand that lust or whatever my case, liar, whatever my bad sin or whatever it is that I do a lot that's very sinful, I have to get over that. He has to get over the gayness. So you can't accept that society is making this thing where you can accept to be gay. Like it's something that you should be proud of, and it's not something that you should be proud of, because you shouldn't be proud to be a stealer, a liar, an adulteress, a killer. You shouldn't be proud to do any of those things. But in the black and brown community, it is pushed that being a killer, being a gangster, you know what I'm saying, being a killer, being gay, that's all pushed in the black and brown community. And for the youth, our youth, bro, the depression and to fit it, I'm telling you, bro, it's bad. So you need the parents. You need both parents. Both parents need to spiritually be on point. They both need to support, guide, and love. And your kid most likely mentally will be all right. They'd be straight. You feel what I'm saying?
okay, now you just said that. Thinking back to when I was a child,
Yep.
I never had depression issues. Even though I know I didn't live the smoothest life, I was a person that rather be at home than at school. I
Uh-huh.
was a person that rather be by myself than with others. Like, you put me around my family, I'm comfortable. You put me
Mm-hmm.
around people I don't know, I don't care to meet you,
Mm-hmm.
but I will meet you. So
Mm-hmm.
me, I was more of a loner. That's why I get when people say, like, that example I gave you, like, people rather be by themselves, and then when the herd come attacking them, it's like you overwhelmed, you flustered.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of them kids, except I never got overwhelmed and flustered because, I mean, once again, I had a good support team around me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like any battle anybody face is kind of tough to say that, especially with the gay thing. I mean, I'm a true stout Christian,
Mm-hmm.
but listen to some of these people, like, I don't know where it come from. I don't know how it happened. Like, they feel this, like they feel like that's that. So I think either that's them pushing themselves away from pretty much the truth of what it should be,
Mm-hmm.
or they really believe what they're doing is true. But at the same time, for somebody to try to out you and you to feel like you need to take your own life, I think that should be a sign to let you know maybe you're not doing something the right way. I don't even like speaking on that stuff because our cousin is,
I wouldn't
you
I
know,
wouldn't say you're not doing something the right way. I feel like you're not doing something for you. And the reason why I say you're not doing something for you, man, look, like when you love doing something, man, it don't care what people say. Like we we love being I love being on this computer. I love being on this computer. I love having my face. I love having my nice face on this computer. And I know it's not like a joke, but it's honestly like, so if you got one view, 2 views, 3 subscribers, I don't care. We're gonna still do it. Why? Why I'm gonna still do it? Because I love doing it. You know what I'm saying? So if one person say, "Oh, you look bad," or your points are this and that, I'll just kindly say, "Hey, this is my point. This is why I validate this right here. I love doing this. Regardless, I'm going to continue to do it. Do it for yourself. Do it for you. Don't give up. Always be you. Be true to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Be true to you." But speaking back onto your childhood, and you say about depression, you never was a depressed kid. You can be depressed without even knowing. And why I say that is because we had situations and conversations where me and you would be outside and we would say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that without our fathers. I remember this specific conversation we had one time.
I remember it too.
We was outside doing some football stuff, and I think I was killing you one-on-one. Anyways,
I was fat, bro. You talking about?
I said, bro, we don't need our fathers. We don't need our dads. We can do this on our own. And that alone, because you was agreeing with me, we was in agreement, we was in accordance and everything. That alone lets us know that we needed our fathers, we wanted our fathers, but because they wasn't there, we felt we can do this on our own without them. And that was something that was consciously like in our minds, but subconsciously we was already programmed to not have them there. So it was one of those things where we just felt we can move on without them. Trust me, it was depression was there. You didn't
I
you
don't think I don't think I was depressed, bro. Because
so when you depressed, I know you're probably thinking like down
no,
and that sometimes events and things can happen in your life where you don't really, because at a young age sometimes you don't really, like I said, you don't really comprehend, you don't really understand really what's going on at a young age. So like a lot of people don't even get the fact that conscious, like you're being programmed to, your kids right now are being like if you allow them to listen to music, if you allow them to watch the TV a lot and whatever the case may be, so and social media and TikToks and those things, you're allowing your kids to be brainwashed to how they should look, how they should sound, how they should move, how they should talk. That is teaching your kids how to move throughout society. That's why if they don't meet the criteria of what they see from social media, from the music and things of that nature, they feel like they don't fit in because they.
that's like the point of my argument.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If you allow your kids to see that, if you allow your kid, if you teach your kids, if your kids are growing up where they don't see the social media stuff or they're not being pumped
But
in to be a
it
game,
don't have to even be at home. You can, bro. You know, you don't have to be at home to get sucked in to something that you know you're not supposed to be in. You now see there you go again.
that's it. That's it. Boom.
You
Go
know
ahead.
you know you can be out in the world and get sucked into something you're not supposed to be in. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy, bro, especially nowadays. Bro,
all right, you're gonna be out in the world, you're gonna be out in society, and they're gonna persuade you a lot of different ways. But that strong foundation back at home, bro, is always gonna
bro, so
take front row. Like
no, peer pressure is peer pressure is a real thing. Why you think so many people fold?
listen, peer
We
pressure.
talked about this in the last episode. Why you think so many people fold about doing wrong?
Man, look, you talking about peer pressure, man. Look, raise your kid.
Peer pressure causes depression.
Okay, all right, peer pressure, right? So I went through peer pressure. You feel what I'm saying? I can't say my kids won't go through peer pressure or anybody else won't go through peer pressure. What I'm saying is this, okay? I feel as though if I'm teaching my kids the way that I feel they should be taught, listen to me now, listen to me.
I'll stay with you, but at the same,
they go to school and they start to pick their friends, right? Their friends saying, "Oh, you don't fit in," or "Do this before you can be with us," or "You got to do that," or just peer pressure, just trying to persuade them that they need to do something or be somebody they not just because they feel as though that they should do that. I can mentally prepare my kid and let them know, look, you don't have to do that. You don't have to make friends with people who not trying to get or be where you want to be. For instance, I had this conversation with my boy today. Like literally, I can't be around people who don't share some of the don't share the same ideas, who don't seem mentally on the same path that I'm on, because at that time I'm wasting my time with you. If me and you can't have a civil conversation where I feel like you're mentally on the same level as me, or you're trying to go where I'm going, me and you don't have no reason to be talking.
okay.
Bye bye. You feel what I'm saying?
You tell
your kids.
You tell your kid that. You tell your kid that.
Mm-hmm.
Your kid's gonna listen at the moment because you're talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself back in that same situation when somebody was talking to you. Like say if you go back and talk to your young self and you tell your young self that, you think you're gonna really listen when you get out there in the world?
I think I will. And let me tell you why. Not everybody's built the same way. Okay. I get where you're coming from. Not everybody's built the same, but me mentally speaking, and that's why I believe this so much, because of who I am. You feel what I'm saying? I'm
But you gotta think about youth in general, especially today's youth.
I am.
You gotta think about it.
There's always strong-minded youth, bro. Just because you're young.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
Some strong-minded youth is the one that's doing the bullying, that's doing the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, I get exactly where you're coming from. But then at that time, all right. So teach your kids like this. Okay. If so since for instance, say there's a kid that's doing the bullying, you know, a lot of times, most times, kids who are doing the bullying probably having issues
They
at
got
home.
issues themselves, yes. But
Okay, let your kids let your kids know that. Teach your kids to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this person might be saying this bad stuff to you or doing like this right here. Obviously, you're gonna teach your kid to fight back for themselves. They put their hands on you, put your hands back on them. Don't be afraid to ever defend yourself, right? Now, if they're saying things that may be hurtful to you, just try to understand. And it might not be easy, but try to understand at first. Try to understand, like, they may be going through some things themselves. You feel what I'm saying? And they're not going to easily relate to you or open up to you. So look, this, if it keeps going on, because I'm the type of person to be like, all right, look, if you cutting on me, and black people are somewhat a little bit, and brown people a little bit somewhat immune to a lot of the bullying with words. Not saying that they all are, but a lot of them are. So if somebody say something like, boy, what kind of shoes you got on? No, 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 woo, woo, just going off it, anything. Man, if you don't sit down somewhere, you go right back at them. You feel what I'm saying? Man, if you don't sit down somewhere, yo, da, 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 woo, woo. You feel what I'm saying? It come back to a back and forth type thing. It's not going to be like, oh, you're going to insult me and try to tear me down without me coming back at you. Now, is that right? No, it's wrong. But some kids need to do that in order to feel as though, you know what I'm saying, they're not being uh bullied, or you know what I'm saying, just being
nah,
bullied.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum on this one, Bubba. Because
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
bro, I be around our young cousins and how the way they talk with each other,
Okay.
and
Not around a lot of you.
how they make each other feel.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if they get in the world, and then like we got two young females in our family
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much real close. They got in school. Outside girl, you know they close. They supposed to be sisters. An outside girl came and started picking on them. One jumped on the other side and started picking at the girl supposed to be her sister. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's peer pressure. They're trying to fit in. Like it's man, this is a lot, bro. Especially with that. Like
I agree. When I look at it like that, I understand where you're coming from. I really think that it's really tough. What you're saying is really
so
tough.
that's what I'm
If I
saying.
was
Like
in that boat, it would tear me up too. It would tear me down. I was one of those people who was actually persuaded to be somebody who I didn't really want to be or who I was. And no, it's not. Oh, Sean, you this and that. It's just what it was. I just wasn't who I wanted to be because I didn't have a family support. You know what I'm saying, from my mother and from my father aspect of things. And it was just bad for me, coming up, just like it was for a lot of other people. So that's why I never try to make excuses and only try to understand that my parents were young. Well, my mother was 17 when she had me, so she was young. You feel what I'm saying? I just got to take an understanding of that. I had to take an understanding of my father being, a little bit much older than my mom, and then him just being a man, just, you know what I'm saying, with no excuses, just understanding. But so I was easily persuaded to do or be whoever somebody wanted me to be. So I was pretty much what you would call a follower, just to fit in. I understand what you're saying. So it's tough in that aspect, bro. But I still think, like, I'm not saying that those kids wouldn't make the decisions like I did to not be themselves. But I still believe that if the parents was mentally supportive and guiding their kids in the right way, they would be okay in the end. I don't see suicide as being an option for those kids because they have an understanding of themselves, of who they're trying to be, and that life is it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? You're not
it's
gonna
not even
always be good.
suicide. That's like suicide is the extreme case of depression.
So that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
just talking.
I'm talking about for the most. So what I'm talking about, because you mentioned the fact that the girl and her being
Yeah, yeah.
suicidal. So I was basing most of this stuff off of
Suicidal thoughts. Yeah.
of basically taking your life. And if you got those parents and you got that upbringing up from the beginning, I don't believe that suicide is going to be one of your options. You feel what I'm saying? It might be bad for you. You might be down for a little bit, or things that might not be good. But in the end, you're going to know who you are. You're going to stay true to who you are because of who your parents are, how much they love you, how much they support you, how much they guide you. And you're gonna bounce back. That's why I just believe suicide won't be an option. Not saying that it can't be. I'm just saying I don't believe that it will.
I get you, and I'm with you on that to extent because not. Yeah, I'm with you with the suicide thing. If you got a good support system, no, I'm not because I've seen too many documentaries out here, bro. When people family loved the people, and just somehow something triggered them, and negative thoughts start getting in their head, and that just took over.
Mm-hmm.
They let the negativity take over, and boom, that's what's happening.
Got you.
Many documentaries out there where families like, we always spent time where she always was there, he always was here, we loved him, he loved us, like we did everything together, he told me everything, but that one thing slipped up that day. Been around that one group of people.
Yeah.
Even the strongest foundations get cracks.
You're right. They get cracked.
And that's what I'm saying.
They get cracked, but they don't crumble. And I believe
all it takes to kill a foundation is a crack.
I don't believe so. I think to kill a foundation, I think you got to destroy it.
Hey, you kill a foundation.
I see a crack in the foundation all the time, and the foundation's still standing.
Yeah, you see a crack in the foundation, a termite can come through.
All right, a termite can come through, but hey, what a termite gonna do?
Kill the house. What you mean?
And look, we talking
kill the structure of the house.
It won't. You get a treatment.
Oh man, come on, bro. Nah, bro.
I know it sounds funny, but that termite treatment might be that one person who steps into your life that God sends a message to you that, hey, look, it ain't over yet, bro. Like,
you're right.
You're this right. person. Find you, be you. Don't ever give up.
And if you have that person, think about
it's the people. That's the
bro.
people.
It's not, bro. Like I just told you, it's documentaries where the parents are there. It's just the kids.
Or the parents there, or are they there? Like they physically there, or they like there?
Because they're in their lives. They talk to them every day to see what's going on. They spend time with vacations, like in their life.
Man, look. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes it's a little more than just trying to make somebody like happy by physically taking on vacations and buying them stuff. That's you got to mentally be able to reach them at a point where, look, what's going on with you is going on with somebody else, is going on with other people. These people bounce back, or these people did this. Let me help you with this. Don't let this take you out. But you would never know if it's gonna take a person out or not, because the people ain't gonna let you know. That's why you gotta mentally be on the same level as the people who may be going through the depression. You gotta understand, like, if you was going through depression, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to find yourself, trying to find out who you are, you gotta really it always boils back down to my favorite thing. You always got to evaluate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You always got to know who you are. Like, I can't be speaking to you right now without knowing who I am, because I can't, like, if I didn't know who I was, what I'm doing is giving you a bunch of jibber jabber because I'm just trying to figure out something that sound good. But I actually know exactly who I am because I was one of those people.
I know who I am, and I know, well, once again, I can't relate to this, but because I never felt depressed. I never felt depressed about anything, because I believe I'm gonna always bounce back because of God. Like, matter of fact, I was just depressed.
Okay, so look, why you feel like you never were depressed? You felt like you
actually, I'm about to tell my wife. I just looked over. My wife just did something, and I've been like, okay, she got me. I was depressed. I was depressed about money a few years ago, and finance. Pretty much, finance. And I was like, and that's when I got me once again. It don't last long. Just like when I'm sad, it don't last long. It's not, because I thought about it, and I got my Bible, and I read faith. Keep faith. God will deliver you. Start looking at videos on inspiration. God will deliver you. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay steadfast in faith. Stay fast in prayer. You know you got to do the small things. Did all that. Now I'm not thinking about it no more.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm different. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I wouldn't say you're different. I wouldn't say you're different. I would say that you have found or support, you have the support to help you bounce back from something like that. And that's what everybody just needs. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying like, oh, this person some people can't bounce back from suicidal thoughts and their parents there and this and that. Sometimes it's not just a parent being there saying this or that. Sometimes, like you said, you got into the Bible. Maybe they need to read a word.
Not saying, let me get spiritual with it. Let me bring Job in this. Let me bring Job in the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead and bring Job in the situation, man. Job.
What's the story of Job? Job got everything taken away from him.
Everything.
Job felt to the point he did get depressed. Job did want to quit.
Yep.
But
Job he was in pain. He was sickly. Got everything.
Everything.
His kids, family.
And he was the strongest man. He was the most spiritually sound man there out there.
But look,
he almost gave up.
Almost.
But the
Almost.
people,
We're not saying the final destination, which would be suicidal. He wouldn't do that. Why wouldn't he do that?
why didn't he do that though? He had.
Why didn't he
Why
do
didn't
that?
he do that?
Why
Because
didn't
he was steadfast. He stayed down.
Why though? What
Bro.
was his motivation? What was his reasoning of not going to the final destination and committing suicide?
Bro, because he kept faith. It's okay. And he had the people that come and talk to the guys that came and talked to him. He
still had faith and he still believed and loved the Lord. So with that being said, the kids, the youth that you're speaking about, like it all boils down to this, bro. You can like suicide, and that's not the final destination. Suicide can be prevented. I don't care.
It can, but what about that child that don't have that person? That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, they don't got that person. I'm not saying that they won't commit suicide. I'm just saying what do you believe could help? That's what I'm saying. Like we can't, you know what I'm saying? We can't reach every kid or nothing like that.
I believe what you're saying. Like the support
system. Would be the answer to helping some of that stuff?
I'm just not saying it starts at the house. I believe it takes somebody outside the house. Like somebody outside the house can be your biggest help, like a mentor.
You're right. Somebody outside the house.
You saying, I get what you're saying though. With the
parents, what I'm saying is it starts at the house. Like so, for instance, I don't think I would have to find anyone outside if I have somebody already inside. That's what I'm saying.
I don't believe it because some people have sound homes, and next thing you know, get in the world and be a bad A. You know what I'm saying? Be a bad apple, and it takes somebody from the outside to get them. Be like, hey, slow down, do this, do this.
Well, that's the ones that, for instance, that's the ones who's manipulated by society. You're not manipulated by society if your parents and stuff are teaching you the right way, guiding you the right way, supporting you the right way. I'm telling you this, man. Like, look. If, for instance, you had a person who showed you hard love, like me, I'm hard on my son. I show him tough love all the time, right?
Me too. I believe in that.
I do that for a reason because life isn't going to be easy. You got to work for everything in the world. I don't want you to be a quitter because I used to be a quitter. And if I would stick with football, and man, I feel like I'd have been far by now. I probably would have made it. Who knows? I'm just saying. I don't want to be a quitter. Just don't ever quit. Like, and what I mean by just don't ever quit. You can quit jobs. You can quit anything. Quit a career. Quit physically anything. Don't quit on yourself. And that's the most important thing I want to teach my son. Don't quit on yourself. And what I mean by don't quit on yourself, don't ever not be who you don't ever not be you. You feel what I'm saying? Always stay true to yourself. Always stay true to you. Always be loyal to yourself. Always love yourself. And always like just stay true, just stay sound, stand on something, and stand on being a man, stand on being who you are, regardless of what somebody say or do. And I think if I keep teaching my son that way, if he's bullied or anything, I think mentally and hopefully this reaches him. He stays true to who he is, regardless of what somebody got to say to, like, yo, bro, you shouldn't be doing this today, or you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be wearing this or wearing that. Cause that's what's when you're a kid, you know, most of the time they pick on you for what you wear when you go into school and stuff. Cause that's just what it is. Oh, why are you wearing that? This and that. Well, if my kid stays true to who he is, okay, look, my parents buy my clothes. I'm not responsible for this or for what I got on. But what I do got on, my parents allow me to choose this or something. I like this. This is who I am. You might think it's funny. You might not like it. It doesn't matter. You're not me and I'm not you. I'm not trying to be who you want me to be. You feel what I'm saying? I just would love my son and my kids to think that way. Now,
it would be great.
No, it would be great. It would be
great if we. Am I saying the perfect world? That would be great.
As long as your kid come back home and say, hey, dad, this happened today and I stood up for myself. Boom. There you go. You got it right there. All right. Always continue to stand up for yourself. Just be you. Don't worry about they don't matter. In the long run, it don't matter, man. And
it really don't. But
it don't matter. So that's what you got to make sure you let them know, like, look, man, it don't matter. Look, when I was a kid, this happened to me too. I got picked on. Look where I'm at now. Look where the people who picked on me at now. And it's not to brag or say anything, but it doesn't matter. And you just gotta let them know it's gonna be tough. I understand what you're saying. It's really tough, bro. It's tough because I was the one who failed the test. But as I got through, I understand now, so I can teach and make sure I encourage others who are going through some of the same things. I went through depression. You say you didn't go through depression, but you did.
I did.
All right. It wasn't always,
This has been the dope conversation.
It was. I really like it. It was
It's a
pretty
dope
dope.
conversation. You got any ending words? Because I got some ending words. You've been talking a lot, so you should shut up and let me finish. But yeah, I'm gonna finish the show.
Go
Because
ahead, go ahead. Hey, look, this
yeah,
is your show, bro. I'm just glad you. For real, honestly, man, I like this better than the Flight 6400. But make sure y'all guys go check out Flight 6400. I forgot to post because I was so busy this week. But make sure you guys go check out our other channel, Flight 6400. All we do is talk about sports on the channel, and it's just fun on there too. But on this channel right here, I know you probably want to go ahead and close. You're gonna close.
yeah. You cut me off. You keep cutting me off.
This is his show. I just want to say, bro, I like this right here. I like this a lot. I like it a lot better than Flight 6400. This was a very good topic that you picked today. I was a little discouraged. I didn't get any topics. I thought you was going to come up with some kind of fluky tattoo on the hand thing. I'm like, man, look at this guy going with this.
Hey,
But hey, this was a dope.
That's a popping thing right now.
No,
People
this is a
mad
dope
that he got
right
that.
here.
But hey, man. Anyways, yeah,
Like,
guys.
comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe.
Shut up, man. Back your big nose up away from the camera. But anyways,
run this up the right way.
But anyways, the ending thoughts. My ending thoughts on this whole conversation is sometimes it takes somebody to be pretty much outside to get you where you need to be in life. Even though you may have the strongest support system at home in the world, you still need that guardian angel to look over you and pretty much push you the way you need to be. And me saying that, y'all stay true to yourself, stay true to God. And this has been the Kickback, and we're out.
Boom, we out, baby.